Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to the Liberian Diaspora Forum Weekly Talk Show. Today is obviously Sunday, October 6th, 2013, and the local time, and the time is 3 p.m. Central Minnesota time. I believe it's 8 p.m. or 8:10 after 10 after 8 in Liberia, I believe. My name is Kafumba Kerma, and as always, I'll be your host on the show tonight. And we have three important shows tonight. The first of which we have just about to start here. Tonight, the show we are currently about to start, all of our guests are calling from overseas. They are calling from Liberia. Most of them calling from Ganta City specifically. And I'm told the reason we are having this show, this fresh show, is because not too long ago, our senior senator from Nimba County, I'm speaking of Honorable Prince Wyatt Johnson, visited Ganta City, and it wasn't exactly the best visit. There were not a lot of kumbaya with it, and so I was asked to host this forum so that we can get a little more clearer understanding of what really transpired in Ganta. So as many of you know, we've had several discussions ongoing on the various listserv, especially uniquely listserv, and so we thought it wise to invite some of the parties involved so that they can clear many of our doubts over here in the diaspora. The team of guests that I have includes Senator Groupie, Junior Senator of Nimba County, Ganta City Mayor, who's already with us right now, and I believe Emmanuel here. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I believe he's the one that was allegedly beaten or victimized by the situation in Ganta. Emmanuel, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I was right about that. So with that, I'm going to turn the floor over first, I'll say, to the mayor, Honorable Mayor of Ganta City, Honorable D.Door Cooper of Ganta. I'll turn the floor over to him so that he can tell us what is it we need to know to begin with, and then obviously we will get to Brother Emmanuel, who was the victim of, at least perhaps one of the victims of the alleged situation, and then we'll begin entertaining your questions. So, Mayor Cooper, as always, it's my pleasure to host you on the show. This is your third time coming on this show. That speaks volume. So I'd like to welcome you again, and the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. And again, let me say hi to all my folks out there who are interested in knowing what is happening back home.
Hold on here, Mayor Cooper. Mayor Cooper, go ahead. Mayor Cooper? Hold on here. Mayor Cooper? This should be it.
Sir?
Mayor Cooper, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I was trying to open the question line. Go ahead. Now, would you start again? Because would you please start again? You were just about greeting your folks out here.
Yes. I was saying, let me send my greetings out there to our brothers and sisters who are not in the country currently, but like to know what is happening back home. A week ago, I gathered information. In fact, you know and I know, and everybody knows that there have been a conflict in our country among the caucus. And this is quite disturbing because we see it as a process that undermines our growth and development as a country and as a people. So on the basis of that, we as county officials, headed by the superintendent and the traditional council, decided to invite the entire caucus to Nimba so that we can go through reconciliatory discussion. And usually this is done sometimes in a closed door or in an open, where parties are able to explain to us as citizens of the country on what is happening at the national level. So the schedule was to be on the 28th of last month, September. And on the 26th, there was a call on the local radio station in Ganta, Radio Kekima, by one Zawugobui, who said that he got information that they had a group called Nimba Youth United for the re-election of Senator Johnson, and they were in a meeting. He decided to go there and see what they were discussing, and then he didn't have the way to go, but then apparently he was afraid, and he sent an agent who went and started on those that were having a meeting. And the information he gathered was that this group have decided to mobilize their supporters throughout the county to go on the road on the 27th, which was the arrival date, to go to Beida to await the senior senator of the county, Senator Johnson. And the idea behind the welcoming ceremony, according to him, was because they wanted to show to the world that Senator Johnson get a secret support in the country, and they wanted to showcase that during the time of the arrival. So against that background, he said, look, we as citizens of the country, some of us are dissatisfied over the performance of Senator Johnson over the years. He has failed the Nimba people, and we would like to go on the road to show our placards that Senator Johnson has indeed failed. And there are some things, although he achieved, but on the average, he has failed the country, so we'll go on the road on that day. If the team will be going there to help Senator Johnson for what he has achieved. We will also be going there to show the world that Senator Johnson has achieved nothing, but the unity, sorry, disunity, and all kind of things like that he explained. So when he was in studio, there were a lot of calls from in support of Senator Johnson and some against, and some of them even threatening that on that day, if David Zouave was to wear a T-shirt to go there, you will not be able to return with the T-shirt. And there were also supporters who pledged their support to that they were also going to join him to march. So the two groups continued the argument up to midnight around 12 o'clock. So the next morning, I made it my duty to call the superintendent of the county, realizing the fact that we as local government officials of the county are interested in seeing that there is peace and progress in the county. We decided to call the superintendent to bring that to attention. When I called the superintendent, I invited her to come to Ganta immediately so that we'll be able to bring the both parties together. On the 26th night, the superintendent did not waste any time. She came to Ganta, and then we invited both Zawegobwe and then hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we listen to you. Go ahead, Mayor. Yeah, we on.
Okay. Yeah, so we invited the both parties, both Zawegobwe and his group, and then the group called Nimba Youth United for the re-election of Senator Johnson to also turn out so that we can find out what is really happening. The both parties turned out around 8:40 p.m. at the headquarters of the Liberian National Police in Ganta, and then we went through the question and answer. We understood that basically this group called the Nimba Youth United for re-election of Senator Johnson have decided to go on the road, and they said they are printed their T-shirts, they are mobilized their people, they were going to go wait for Senator Johnson in Beila to take him to Senegal, the venue of the discussion. So then the other group said, no, we ourselves will be going to the same Beila to wait and then put our placards out that Senator Johnson has failed the country because we understood that Senator Johnson in fact, Senator Johnson is bringing international journalists to cover his achievement in the country, which of course is the contrary, according to them. So when they all explained, my own opinion on the matter was that, look, this day is exclusively set aside by the county administration, the elders of the county, to intervene in the ongoing classes among the members of the caucus. So I feel that if Nimba people will hear well, right now all the development activities, almost all the development activities of the country are stalled because of this conflict. And every day you listen to all the radio stations across the country, you hear confusion, people are in support, people are not in support. So the best thing we can do is all of us, my appeal goes to all of you, the both parties. You that will go with Senator Johnson and work in this country from 2005 up to now. We haven't seen any group going on the road during the day of the arrival in the country to show placards that look Senator Johnson have failed over the period of time. Although some days somebody will go on the radio and say something, but that has not happened in this case where people go to show placards. So we ask you to abandon your quest or your intention of going on the road on that day to show placards and what have you. I appeal to you that we all go to Senegal after the discussion, if you wish, because that's a democratic and political right, and a constitutional right. So you can decide to even print your placards on a very big billboard and carry it at the parliament and place it there to show to the world that Senator Johnson has said you that's a business. But I think for now, it's not prudent for you to put on any placards because this day is exclusively set aside by the county administration for peace talk. So if we all need, well, what we need to do is to go to Senegal and then witness the hearing. And then you, from the Youth United for Senator Johnson, for re-election of Senator Johnson, I also beg you that Senator Johnson said 2005 didn't come here. Besides the 2011 election, we haven't been waiting for any government official of the county in this huge number. So if this time is set aside by the county administration for peace, there's no need to go on the road to welcome Senator Johnson. While another group say we're going to put a plan. So I'm begging you, if we all live well, let's go to Senegal after the discussion when we shall realize there is now peace among the caucus. We can all start dancing from Senegal all the way to Mount Barkley. But I feel that this initiative is going to undermine the entire peace process. So I appeal to both of you to abandon your intention so that all of us can go to Senegal and watch the discussion. The group from the Youth United for the re-election of Senator Johnson argued that they wanted, if I was making that decision, then what they wanted was that I should reduce it to right. They all saw that as of that day up to the election time, there would be no official of the county or any political or aspiring coming in the county that people are going to wait for. I said, I cannot set that precedent. Because what I'm saying is not that I'm against people going to wait for another person, but the fact that we see trouble, and this day is set aside for peace and reconciliation. There's no need for people to march on the road to have a conflict where people are threatening day to year back. We were not able to come to a compromise that night, and we decided to suspend until the next day, which was the 27th, the day of the arrival. So the day of the arrival, we all went on the road, and I saw almost going to 1 o'clock, between 12 and 1 p.m., I got a call from Mr. Emmanuel Woman that he was being attacked around the FPRC guest house towards the Secretary Road. And a group of men jumped on him and beat him up. They wanted to kill him. According to him, these guys were supporters of Senator Johnson. So he was calling for my intervention. I immediately called the police and drew the attention of that to intervene immediately. There was another incident again along the Ganta Librarian Nimba, right here in Ganta, where a gentleman two gentlemen, one is a supporter of Senator Johnson, and the other group is they are not supporters of Senator Johnson, but the gentleman from Senator Johnson camp carried a banner on that day to put it, because they are chasing money along the border. He carried a banner and placed it there to show that, in fact, welcoming Senator Johnson. I didn't read the banner, but there was some inscription on the banner, and then he placed it on the basket that all of them were using, and the other people said, "We can't place that here. We are not supporters of Senator Johnson." And they got into another riot to send the police there again. So on that day, there were two situations in Ganta where people have, also, and Emmanuel Wogan was. I saw him, and then I think he went to the police, talking to the police station. There was from the West Bay. They went. Both parties, both people from Senator Johnson camp, and Senator Johnson party, and the supporters of Senator Johnson. And I almost feel that Emmanuel Wogan is from the Unity Party. So the Secretary General of the county from the Unity Party also went to the police station. The both of them went there, and then I think the situation was so intense, they decided to extend it until the next day. So they all conversed at the police station, and then they reached a conclusion that they suspend the hearing until the next day because the situation in Ganta was really, really tense on that day. So that's what happened in Ganta, and from that day up to now, the discussion still continues on the radio where people call in support and some people call not in support, and so that's the situation in Ganta right now.
Thank you, Mayor Cooper. We appreciate your deliberation. Thank you. Now, folks, I noticed that without me even inviting questions, there are so many of you who have already made entrance to ask questions. That's a good thing. But we're going to hear from Brother Emmanuel, I believe his name, the person who was an alleged victim of the situation, the attack. So, Emmanuel, are you on?
Yeah.
So yeah, you just heard the mayor, and obviously you're both in Ganta. But can you please speak a little louder? There are a lot of people here who've come to hear your plight. First of all, I'm sorry for what happened to you. No one should be assaulted for any reason. So I'm sorry about the incident. But could you please tell us what transpired, what happened, what led to you being beat up, and how you're holding up today?
My brother, I would like to tell you thank you for the first time. Okay.
Yeah, please speak a little louder. If you want to bring the phone to just so we can hear you well. Yeah, I'm hearing you, but I want other people to hear you.
It happened on the 27th of September.
Okay.
I was leaving from Ganta to go in a bush for my goods.
Yeah.
The very day Senator Johnson was coming to Nimba to Ganta. When I went, I was from the LPRC House area, sort of group, with a placard, the election of Senator Johnson. One of my brother-in-law called me to the fence, asked me why he and myself were interacting and had a footing on me. He started on me. He flogged me to the point if I'm not being God, then I will not be living now to be talking to you. And that's how it happened. There was the LPRC weapon support Senator Johnson, ordered by Peter P., the Chief Security Commander. Yeah, I haven't, but I advised from my lawyer not to speak on radio, not to do anything because the case is in court. We are waiting for the court hearing.
Okay. So I'm assuming owing to that lawyer advice, that's where you're gonna leave it. That's how far you're gonna stop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but I know you have few questions coming your way. But okay, well, folks, you've heard from both Honorable D.Door Cooper, Mayor of Ganta City, and Brother Emmanuel, the victim of the alleged attack. So we will now begin entertaining your question. I got enough louder here already, but that will not stop me from inviting you to that *61 on your phone. If you have any question, comment, or concern about what you heard so far, that *61 on your phone, and your question will come down here. We'll take them in the order that they were received. I'd like to begin the question. Mayor Cooper, let me begin by asking you, so the police, you contacted the police to go to the rescue of Emmanuel. So did the police make any arrests? Was anybody arrested for this situation? And then my second question would be, has Senator Johnson made any comment on it? Has he taken responsibility or distance himself from the attackers? Mayor Cooper?
Mr. Kumar, before I move forward, I just want to say something shortly before I move to your question. I think it's quite unfortunate because I've been following most of the writing that a lot of the folks out there did on the internet, and they try to verify other people. And I don't think that's the best way to go as a country. I know that the expectation of people in Liberia is very high of you guys up there, and that you are able, people here expect you that if there's problem in the country or in the country, you are able to intervene. And with that regard, there's always need that if there's anything happening in the country, you try to set a certain information, you find out what is happening before you can go out with to write all kinds of papers on the internet. So of course I resolved not to go that route for you because we feel that we are all one people. And you're being out there, you are our direct representative, and most times when you even invite us to try to come there and look, our people are out there and they are for us. But to answer your question, the police made serious arrests. I think the case that you have from Emmanuel is standing before court, is before the ministerial court, and the hearing, my understanding is the hearing will be this week. I don't know specifically what day, but the case is being, sent to court.
Okay.
And I even spoke to Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson called me yesterday, and we're trying to work around it to see, because what is happening is, if we all continue this, my brother, then Nimba is on a very terrible trajectory. We as a people of one country cannot afford being in conflict perpetually. there's need for people to really realize that, look, what we have in common is the country, and it's not about individual. It's not about having interest in political parties. What we have is a country.
Okay. So, but my second question was: so has Senator Johnson made any official comment on this matter? Does he take responsibility for people allegedly his supporters beating up Emmanuel, or has he distanced himself from it? When he called you yesterday, in other words, what's Senator Johnson's official position on this whole matter here?
What Senator Johnson has not spoken publicly on the radio or wherever for me to hear, but he and I have been talking. I think we talked yesterday. We even talked this yesterday. And from him, what I honestly is, he didn't hear the information at the time it was a Nimba, according to him. You know, but I told him yesterday, even if he didn't hear that, those who are involved are all citizens of the country and his own constituents. So there's need for him to publicly condemn that, because we cannot afford go up to the 2014 election. It means we're going to tear the country apart. So there's need for him to condemn that publicly so that other people will not emulate the example of other people or this situation. So that's my own position to him. But he has not made any public statement in Nimba as far as my marriage is concerned.
Okay. All right, thank you. We'll start taking questions here. As I said, a lot of people wanting to ask. Folks, before I begin opening your line, let me say that here we encourage, we want you to kindly be civil. I know I've read a lot of things on the listserv. Some of them were not exactly civil. Everybody trying to vilify the next person, but let's be civil about it. Otherwise, I will not hesitate to, close your line. That's just how this should work. So we'll take the first caller for the night, and that happens to be 8106. No name. So would you please tell us your name, where you're calling from, and your question for either Mayor Cooper or Emmanuel. 8106. Welcome to the show. Your name, question, your place, where you're calling from.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. It's a very good step toward the positive direction for our country, giving us information. My name is Mohammed MSG Keita. I live in New York, born and raised in Ganta. Honorable Cooper, thank you so much for coming along. You are my mayor, even though I have not seen you. Perhaps you might have heard my name, Keita, from Ganta. My question to you here, a little comment before the question. For almost 2 years, few of our representatives, headed by Honorable Thomas Groupie, has embarked on removing Senator Johnson. For 2 years, they've been fighting, and so many times they've been coming on the line, on the teleconference, asking questions, and most of the questions were answered in negativity, not one positive. And the representative was called in Nimba County by the elders to resolve the issue. And most of them didn't go there. It was never resolved. Now, a few days ago, they were called upon in Nimba to go there again. Now, Senator Johnson, according to information, has been expelled from the caucus, and also again has a problem in his party as well. And he was trying to go to Nimba County to prove to the people that what he said about him was not true. I just want you to tell me, what made you think today that those elders that call our representatives to resolve the issue before they expel Senator Johnson from the caucus will today listen to our elders? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Mayor Cooper?
Well, yes, I think this is not the first of this kind. I remember there was conflict between the former junior senator, Buffalo Jolo, and Senator Prince Johnson during the 52nd. The elders of the county decided to intervene, and then the problem was resolved, and I think it was over leadership that at the time, Buffalo Jolo was junior senator, and the senior senator said, look, I cannot be the only hair more of you, and the senior senator of the county, then I'll wait on the side and watch you becoming the chairperson of the caucus. And that conflict continued on and on until the elders intervened, and it was resolved, where the leadership was being taken from Senator Dodo and given to Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson, and we enjoy peace, from the 52nd almost to the end. So I have confidence, expressive confidence in the ability of our people, our elders, and the country administration to bring about peace. So, and from the beginning of the 53rd, there have been conflict. It's not only between Senator Johnson and the rest of the caucus members. I think on one instance, there was a conflict between, a disagreement between Honorable Larry Youngway and the rest of the caucus members. At the time, Senator Johnson was still chairperson of the caucus. Honorable Larry Youngway was the co-chair of the caucus, and he was being suspended of the state chairman, and they placed Honorable Martinez Nimba instead. So this is not a good situation. And elders and young people of the country have always intervened, and we are able to instill calm.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's take the next caller here. I know that some of the questions probably will not be directly about the issue under discussion, but I think it would be a great thing if we could, pretty much narrow in focus on what happened in Ganta. I mean, that's hard to do, but I think that would be a good idea, just suggestion here. I'll take the next call. I think this is Mr. Sampine, 2362. Sampine, would you please tell us where you're calling from and your question for either Mayor Cooper or Brother Emmanuel, whose line is also open. Sampine. Hello? 2362, are you there? Hello? 2362.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah.
No, Ben.
Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah. Okay. Can you tell us where you're calling from? Your question for Mayor Cooper.
Okay, this is Sam. I'm calling from Minnesota. I think my question was asked already, so I will pass. What I wanted to know was whether the senator or his party has made any official pronouncement concerning the incident. But I think that the mayor already answered that.
I'm glad I asked your question. We're thinking the same question. Thank you. So we'll move on to the next caller. No name, a cell phone caller, wireless caller. It says your last 4 digits 5158 5158. Could you please tell us your name, where you're calling from, and your question for Mayor Cooper or Emmanuel, the victim of the attack? Hello, 5158. Oh, she just left the line. That's interesting. All right. We'll take the next caller, 0154. Your name, where you calling from, and your question for Mayor Cooper.
My name is William Dan. I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia. My question is for Mr. Imaya Morgan.
Okay. Imaya, are you there?
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, okay. That's a question coming for you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
You said that you were going in the bush and you decided to check with your brother who was a Senator Johnson supporter. And at that time, something went wrong and you were attacked. Did the people recognize you as a member of UP, or is it just a coincidence that you people got into an altercation?
Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll listen to you. Go ahead, Emmanuel. Yeah, go ahead. We're hearing you.
Yeah, they recognize me as a member of UP. From the past election up to now, they knew me as a member of UP.
Okay. So the incident was based on your affiliation with UP, not the Senator Johnson's party. All right. Let me welcome those of you who just joining us to the Liberian Diaspora Forum Weekly Talk Show. There are so many of you here, and we have online Mayor D.Door Cooper of Ganta City, and Emmanuel from the Sea City, Emmanuel, who we've read so much about on the list of who was allegedly beaten by Senator Johnson's supporters. So if you have any question, comment, or concern, please dial *61 on your phone, *61, and I'll take your question over to either man. Moving on, we'll take 3309, your name, where you calling from, and your question for Mayor Cooper, 3309.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. My name is Tony Leeway. I live in Minnesota. I want to thank the panel for calling from Liberia to join us in this discussion. My question goes to Mr. D.Door Cooper, and part of it will go to Emmanuel. One of my concerns, and I wanted to ask Mr. Emmanuel Wongan, is that why did he call D.Door Cooper when he was attacked instead of the police department that should come to his rescue? And what could have been the conversation that prompted this altercation?
Okay.
First of all, I want to just extend apology for what happened to you. I think it was unfortunate. This is not what we expected in a civil society, and I'm just concerned what might have transpired. My question to Mr. D.Door Cooper, the Honorable City Mayor, are in two folds. In 2011 national election, there were reports that Mr. D.Door Cooper, as City Mayor of Ganta, either denied or attempted to deny NUDP the platform to use public facility in Ganta for the electioneering purpose. I was wondering, what is his relationship now with Nimba Legislative Caucus and Senator Johnson, and why is it that Mr. Emmanuel is calling him to call the police as opposed to the police, Emmanuel calling the police directly
himself,
on his own behalf, saying he has, you live in the city and probably is aware of the police number. My other question is, what has been his role in terms of intensifying conflict within the town? Some of the information we have gathered, and I want clarification on this, is that he was the one that mobilized a group of people against Senator Johnson coming to Nimba with a triumphant entry into the city. Apparently, I wanted to know what is his role as member of UP, appointed City Mayor of UP, with regard to what transpired. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's begin with Emmanuel. That's a very good question. Emmanuel, why the city mayor and not the police? Obviously, the city mayor ended up calling the police. So why did you not call the police yourself? Emmanuel? The question was why you called when the incident happened, when a group of men met with you. The first thing Tony Leeway likes to know is what were the discussions that led up to you getting jumped on? 1, 2, why you chose to call Mayor Cooper and not the police?
Okay, thank you. The discussion between the guard and myself, we don't have personal discussion. I told you my brother-in-law was in the fence, tried to inquire from me. For 3-4 days, he had not been seeing me where I've been. I started explaining to him. Hello, Ghana King, the 2 people supporter will tell you if you know that student coming in the country, what is going to do around here. I had to start seeing me. And my reason according to Mayor Cooper, I don't have the police number. For he the mayor of the city, I tried to contact him. I don't have number for police. I don't have police number. That was my reason.
Okay. All right. Leeway, I hope you heard that response, but feel free to make a follow-up call. Mayor Cooper, so now we'll turn to you for your part of the questions.
Yes, I think my dear brother is just on the right road. Mr. Leeway is one of those that when I was making a comment, I was referring to, because most of what I read on the net written by them, I think we cannot do it this way. I think it's important that we exchange numbers. Sometimes you hear something from Liberia, call back to know what is happening instead of just writing anything you want to write, anything you want to say. Liberia is not the United States where you have 911 and when you dial that number is well known. Remember that Liberia is still far behind, and not too many people call your own family member in Nimba and ask them which number do they know here for police. You don't have any police recognized number in Nimba that is well known by all Nimbayans. You don't have that. So if you are sitting in America and thinking that Nigeria is America, this is not the case. Most of the people here, my number is very popular because I am in civil public service, and I'm very close to the people. Then even the police is talking about. Here, people are afraid of police. In the United States, police are afraid of people, and people like to go to the police for rescue. In Liberia, the local authority is more closer to the people than the police. So most of the people here, there was an incident few weeks ago. They were being attacked here by armed robbers in the night around 3 o'clock. She didn't call the police. She called me. I had to call the police to go there. So many days to call my number instead of the police. It doesn't link me with anybody having a personal relationship with somebody or fighting, but it will sound like a myth. For you, Mr. Leeway, to think I will be leading this city and want to orchestrate violence in the very city where I'm heading. Then think, what is the ability to be a leader of the community? If I'm here and put a group together to fight against Senator Johnson coming together in the very city, I cannot do that to go fight in this city instead of fighting in the very city where I get control. I think about it. So I was stuck behind any attack. What I think my role was to make sure that the both parties are stopped. Was my appeal. The group of Senator Johnson did not understand that it was their constitutional right, and if I wanted to put stop to their going, I needed to write that so that no official government will come to the country again to be welcome. I could not start that president. So I told them we can't do that. But to tell you, I want you to know that there's no public facility in Ganta, in a city hall, or wherever. Usually when politicians come in the city, they want to have a rally. Either they go to the mayor's jail, they want to have a political rally, they either go to the mayor's jail, which is a private owned property. I don't have any control over that. There's no public facility where people go, except you stay in the public place. Even the few days of Senator Johnson, he's still in the public place on Ganta City. That's the open place. We don't have any public facility there. Somebody is using it to deprive somebody of using.
Okay.
So the information is not true.
Okay. I think the last part of his question was, what is your own connection relationship with the Nimba caucus? I think that was part of his question. So are you?
Well, I have a very cordial working relationship with the caucus. The caucus and myself have been working well, and most time when they're here, we talk. You know, my brother, what is happening? Politics is a very deep game. Most time what you hear, like I told you, Senator Johnson and I talked today. We talked yesterday. We've been talking all along. He and I talk. When Senator Johnson is in Ganta, where he sleep, I go. You know? And most time what you hear is not what is happening on the ground.
Okay.
You know, very cordial working relationship with the caucus. And I even read on the internet where somebody said Senator Johnson slapped Senator Groupie this few days and said, look, you move from here, you traitor. I don't know where that happened. And we in Nigeria, we don't even know about the information. But you hear those things coming from America. I don't know how they got information.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's take another caller. A good number of you just joined us, and I'd like to welcome you to the Liberian Diaspora for a weekly talk show. Today, we have 3 different shows. We have in the first one right now with Ganta City Mayor speaking with us about the incident that happened in Ganta about a week ago. And we also have Brother Emmanuel on the line, the fellow who was allegedly beaten by supporters of Senator Prince Johnson. After that, we have a new political party coming on at 5:30, Vision for Liberia's Transformation. They'll be on here to talk about their upcoming convention and how they intend to take over from the Unity Party in 2017. So you don't want to miss that. Then tonight we have Education Care for Liberia, talking about trying to raise 1 million backpack book bags for kids in Liberia. So it's all day event. We'll take the next caller here. I'll go to this caller. We had our line kind of dropped, so I'll skip one. And 5158, I see you back in the queue. Would you please tell us your name, where you're calling from, and your question for Mayor Cooper? 5158, name, where you're calling from, and your question.
Yes, this is Cecilia Hippie calling from Atlanta, Georgia. My question, I have a few comments, and my question would be to Mayor Cooper and Mayor. Mayor Cooper, I want to ask you, do you have Tom Groupie and Warrior Donor online today?
They're not here yet. I was told they will be here, but right now I don't have them.
I'm not them.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking at everybody online. I don't have Thomas Senator Groupie yet.
Well,
yeah.
First of all, my comment is, Mr. Cooper or Mayor Cooper, I think this is just a conspiracy against the senator. You have all these people that are coming. You guys are not credible, and I think that all the problems that have been happening in Nimba County, and you guys are dividing Nimba County, this is just a pure conspiracy against the senator. You have Tom Groupie that has backstabbed, deceived, and done all those things to the senator. You bringing me online. Warrior Donor, he's the number one enemy for the senator in Nimba County. You have brought him on this line. Yes. I have comments, and I will give you my question later.
Let's see now. Hold on, Cecilia. Hold on. We're going to have to talk one at a time. So I'm going to open up your line again, but hear me out for a second. First of all, it's not the mayor who's bringing people online. I made an effort, conscious effort, if I might add, to contact people to come online. I'm the one. I can take the blame for that. I invited Senator Groupie. I invited Prince Johnson. I called Prince Johnson 7 times. He knows my name. I just talked safe. Asked if one could ever call him and invited him to the show. I invited Prince Johnson. I invited Senator Groupie. I invited Donor Sewe. So the mayor did not invite those people. I invited them, and I don't know about the conspiracy, but that's my blame, to take. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was hoping for those guys to be online, but since they are not online, this mayor is not credible. Number 2. That Emmanuel online sitting right there, if that's the true Emmanuel, he's not credible. He's been coming to us, asking us to give him money to go to the hospital, and we send him money to go to the hospital because we want unity in Nimba County. That boy that's sitting on our line, I don't know if it's a boy or a man, he's not credible at all. These people are pushing people to come and discredit the senator. The senator went over there because he wants to talk to his constituents. He wants to talk to the people of Nimba County. If you guys try to disbar the senator, you got the wrong, strategy. Coming on this line, what is the purpose? You mayor, what is the purpose for you to come on this line? If it's not conspiracy against the senator, I'm asking you, what is the purpose? Why is he on this line? So come and discredit the senator?
Thank you. We'll leave it there. So what is the purpose for coming here? I think it sounds like an obvious question, but I'll let you to address that. Emmanuel, now we know you were beaten allegedly by Johnson supporters. So what's the purpose of you coming online? Can you answer that for yourself? That's what Cecilia likes to know. Mayor, why are you here? Why are we here?
Yes, I just like to remind the sister that, in fact, let me let you know that the 2 lawmakers who talk ahead than me, and I'm not the moderator of this show. I think she needs to understand and understand that better. I am not the one to bring people on the show because I don't even have influence over the people you're talking about. I think I'm much better than you think they are to be. And so these are my leaders that are ahead of me in the ring, and so there's no way that I can bring them on this show. But let me
I just took responsibility for that. Yeah, I invited them, not you. Yeah.
Yes, I think she sounded so harsh, and she needed to really resolve herself before she can even put up this information. But what I want to let you know is, I haven't said anything to deny Senator Johnson or to verify him. What I said is I'm getting evidence of what I saw and what happened in the city. And I think that's the responsibility, that's the statutory responsibility of the city mayor. So I'm to inform all Liberians about what is happening in the city if I'm asked to do, like I'm asked to do, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm not saying anything negative about Senator Johnson. It's Senator Brody and Senator Senator Johnson are having problems, you as a Liberian who are interested in knowing what is happening in the country, you need to get involved. I don't know the connection between you and Emmanuel as to whether you give Emmanuel money to go to the hospital, whether you haven't given anything, and I don't even know your number. So I don't know what is the connection between you and Emmanuel. But if you want to know what is happening in the country, you need to be more liberal in your approach and to understand what is happening in the country better than what you think you put it out now.
Okay. Emmanuel, before we move on, have you been soliciting, have you been asking for help from people in the diaspora, and have you received any help from them?
The sister said I'm talking, I don't even know, or I don't even have a number. Or to come and then say I ask her for money. I think it's between she and God and myself.
Okay.
I don't even know a number.
Okay. All right, well, moving on. Folks, many of you just joined us, and I'd like to welcome you to Liberian Diaspora Forum Weekly Talk Show. We have Mayor D.Door Cooper of Ganta City and Emmanuel, a fellow who was beaten for allegedly supporters of Prince Johnson. So it's question and answer time. If you have any question, comment, or concern, please dial *61. And we'll take your question. And now that we shut the questions here, we got a lot already, but keep them coming. We will take the next caller, 5613-5613. Could you please tell us your name, where you're calling from, and your question for Mayor Cooper? 5613.
Dr. Edward Lama-Wonkeya. I'm calling from Pennsylvania. I'm also one of the elders of Nimba County, founding member of United Nimba Citizens Council. I have two good questions. Yes, I have two good questions. For the Honorable Lord Mayor of Ganta and our brother who was allegedly, and viciously attacked by the supporters of Senator Johnson. My first question to the Lord Mayor is, do you have a very good working relationship with Senator Johnson as well as with the Nimba Legislative Caucus? That's my first question.
What's the second question?
Okay, the second question is to Mr. Cooper, the young man who was attacked. Emmanuel, Mr. Emmanuel, please forgive me. My question to Mr. Emmanuel is, you said that, you interaction, quoting you directly, you said you were having an interaction with some people and inadvertently, supporters of Prince Johnson went and attacked you. Now, the fundamental question that I have for you is, what, led, these people to attack you? Did you, engage in any discussion that had to do with punishing the repetition, or did they attack you simply because you claimed to be the supporter of the ruling party? And if so, what were the reactions of the senator as well as, other supporters of the senator, or members of his entourage, in Ganta? So these are the two good questions with some questions that I'm asking, to both the Lord Mayor and, Emmanuel.
Okay, indeed they are good questions, but I'm afraid to say those questions have already been answered. The mayor told us he got a good working relationship with Nimba Legislative Caucus, and every time Senator Johnson comes to Nimba, he goes to see him. He has good relationship with him as well. And with Mr. Emmanuel, Tony Leeway asked him the same question. He said they were not saying anything much. He was recognized from past election as being a supporter of UP, and so that's when they jump on him without much conversation. So those questions have already been answered, sir. But I'll still give the floor to Mayor Cooper if he cares to add to that. Mayor Cooper, was that your position with regard to that question?
I think it's just the same thing. I said it on the onset that I have a very cordial relationship with the caucus as well as Senator Johnson. I think people are still reflecting on the past election. And inevitably when there's election, people from political parties to be, undermining each other for success. They want to make sure that they can get the ground. And that has been the case with 2011. And we sent over with 2011. Now we are in 2019. The election is sent over. And Senator Johnson, our big brother, and ourselves working together. Well, like I said, he comes to Ganta. I'm there. I'm sorry that he said you try him now on the land. If you are able to get him, I will tell you yes, he's in Ganta. I'll go there. And so I have a very cordial working relationship with all the lawmakers.
Okay. Emmanuel, did I restate your position right with regard to the question as to what transpired between you and Senator Johnson's supporters? You said there wasn't much conversation, right? When you were recognized from past election and you were jumped on. Did I say that right, or do you care to add to that? Emmanuel?
Yeah,
hello? Yeah. Are you there? Are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Did you hear the question that, yeah. Are you following the discussion?
Yeah, I'm following the discussion. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the question was what happened, what was the discussion, what led to you being jumped out. And I was saying that you've already addressed that question. You said that you guys didn't talk much at all. You were just simply recognized as being a UP partisan from past election, and so you were jumped on. So I want to make sure that I stated your position right. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
From the beginning.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I just want to clarify that. So let's take the next caller. And by the way, if you asked questions before and you care to ask a follow-up question, by all means, please dial *61 again. Come back in the queue. We'll see if time permits. We will, get to you for, follow-up question. Our next caller happens to be 5764. Could you please tell us your name, where you're calling from, and your question for Mayor Cooper? 5764.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is John Wanla. I'm speaking from Philadelphia, and thank you, Mr. Vafuma. I have a question for Mayor Cooper. I have a question for Emmanuel Mwangen, and I also have a question for. Well, let me leave it as that. My first question is to Emmanuel. Mr. Emmanuel, I'm very sorry for what went on in Nimba. It is alleged, and he has also been alleged that you are in Unity Party. Now, because it is alleged that you got injured or flogged, as determined, we are here asking questions. So, it has been alleged around here that you are first cousin of Representative Dona. Is that correct?
Okay. Yeah, you'll come to the question. What's the second question?
My second question will be to you.
Okay.
Because in the opening today, I think I understood you to have said that Senator Groupie was online, but Dona was not online. Now, I may be mistaken, but later when Sister Gippy asked you, you said both Senator Groupie and Representative Dona are not online. Which is which? Is Senator Groupie online?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You got the floor. Yeah, go ahead. You got the floor. Go ahead. Yeah.
And the last question would be that: is it true, to Mr. Wangen, is it true that you were the one that is alleged to have been mobilizing, or a part of the group mobilizing against Senator Johnson's presence in Ganta this coming Friday?
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Morgan, you want to start, Emmanuel? So the first question, is it true that you are a cousin of Representative Seward and Dona, and then is it true you're mobilizing? So you had the question, so go ahead.
So the first question that talked about my relationship with Wale Dona, I am related to the both parties, to Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson is my first cousin, and that thing with Wale Seward Dona, they are all, I'm related to every one of them.
Okay. How about the second question? Is it true that you were mobilizing people against Senator Johnson's presence, supporters' presence in Ganta? Huh?
That one, if you hear it from him, it's false and misleading. I will not pass the truth.
All right, false and misleading, you said. Okay. Okay, I'll take it from there. And as far as the questions for me, I don't think you heard me right. And if at any time I said that Senator Groupie and Representative Bona were online, I think that was probably a slip of tongue. I don't even think I said a good thing. This show is recorded, but I don't think what I said from the beginning was that I was expecting them because I've spoken with all of them. Other than Prince Johnson, the rest of them had given me some sort of green light that they were going to be on here. And so at one point, I almost decided to wait till they all got on, and then I thought, well, we got 3 shows today, and besides, there are a lot of people here. We cannot keep them waiting. So I said the only people that were here to start the show was the Ganta City Mayor, Mayor D.Door Cooper, and Emmanuel Morgan that is here with us. I don't remember at any time saying that Groupie was on. I said they were expected to be on, so that's what I said. But if you overheard me say they were here, that was not correct. Unless that was a slip of tongue, but I don't think I said that. I have to listen to the recording. All right, so we'll take the next caller at 9391. Baima, Victoria Baima. Could you please tell us where you're calling from and your question for Mayor Cooper? 9391, Victoria Baima.
Okay, this is Victoria Boabin husband. They call me Joe Boabin, commonly known as Uncle Joe. I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia. Sometimes people refer to me as somebody in Minnesota. All right, Mr. Fafuma, I just want to say thank you so much for bringing us together so we can understand ourselves today. My first question will go to you as the moderator and the one who conducting the meeting. Who bringing us together. Do we have a representative from Prince Johnson supporter with us here too who can make a little bit comment on what Mr. Imayo is saying? Besides, because as far as I'm concerned, those who are talking, the victim, the city mayor, as far as I'm concerned, it has been acknowledged that they are all, antagonists. And therefore, I want to know whether we have representative from Prince Johnson's supporting group.
Okay. Is that your own comment concern you want me to address, or you got other comments coming?
I had a question for Mr. Cooper also.
Okay. Go ahead with the question. We'll address that. Go ahead with the question.
Mayor Cooper, when Mr. Kita asked you earlier, you begin with a comment in which you strongly advise those who are in a constant habit of writing all kind of stuff on the internet, and you strongly advise to desist from doing such. So this entails that you are also a reader of the list that we have. Now, my question to you, since you advising the writers on the list to desist from writing whatever they hear until they can get to you guys to know the real fact about it. And I suspect you to be one of those who visit the list constantly. If you're following the writing on the list and you're coming out to advise other people, do you understand exactly what is happening with our elected leaders, with those who you consider constant writers of stuff? Like, do you understand that these people are always the one who first can attack those who can respond to their attacking words? My question is to Mr. Cooper, Mayor Cooper.
Who first can attack now? The writers first or the elected?
No, the legislature, because Mr. Duna, Representative Duna, and
okay. So anyone can first attack before other people start responding.
Let me make it simple again. Do you notice them being the first to insult the people on the other side?
Okay. All right. I got a question. Mayor Cooper, you want to start? Mayor Cooper? Okay, Mayor Cooper line just dropped just right now, and he's very good at coming back though, because this is our third time hosting him. So while we await his return, let me address my part of the question. The question given to me with regard to whether I invited people from Prince Johnson's side. First of all, it's unfortunate that we are beginning to form side, in the county affair. As far as I'm concerned, Prince Johnson is the senior senator of Nimba County. He's a senator for everyone in Nimba County, whether you voted for him or not. However, when this issue came up, I called Prince Johnson 7 times, in recent time, to bring him on the show. And I don't know what better side he can find than the mayor himself. I invited him, and he declined. What he told me to talk to one of his office staff, a fellow whose name I forgot it, but he said he used to live in Minnesota for many years. We spoke, and when I called back, they declined the invitation. So I don't know which other side to call to bring that would have represented him, and not to mention the fact that I really don't think, the mayor is back up. Mayor Cooper?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, your line went off there. Thank you for coming back. So
yes,
I'll just... let me just finish this here, and I'll restate this question to you. So let me sum my own answer this way. If you think of anybody who we believe will make Senator Johnson's case, on his behalf, turns himself as declared to come, by all means, please contact me. And we brought many people on here, and we'll continue to do so. It's never late to bring them on, but I did contact Senator Johnson, Senator Groupie, Representative Donor, just as Mayor Cooper. So fortunately, we only have the willing participants, those who decided to give us their time to talk to us about what happened, and those are the people we have it. So that's the question. That's my answer to your question. Now, Mayor Cooper, did you hear his question before he went off?
No.
Okay, question, let me quickly state it. He's still here. Let me open this line. Let me open this line. Mr. Bommy, would you please state your question for Mayor Cooper? He just came back online.
Yeah, Mayor Cooper, my name is Joe Boaman. They call me Uncle Joe. I said earlier when Mr. Keita asked you, instead of going ahead to answer the question, you came up with a comment. And in your comment, you advised strongly that those who are in the habit of renting, more especially those who in the Americas who are in the habit of renting all kind of stuff, should desist from doing such thing until they can hear from people like you on the other side there. But my question to you is, do you notice our leaders are the one responsible for the the ongoing insult? They being first to attack, and then they can be counterbalanced with insult too from the other side?
Okay, thank you.
And if...
go ahead. You were not done yet? If what? Yeah.
If you were advising the other people to desist, have you advised our senior representative and other leaders?
Okay, thank you. Mayor Cooper, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Brother Joe. Thank you so much. But let me go back to your premise, because before I went off, you talked about you understood that we were candidates to Senator Johnson. But I don't know why somebody want to refer to certain people as antagonists. I think we are officials of the country working together, and the issue of political differences will always exist. I don't know when last leaders of the country have been insulting ordinary people or insulting certain in the offices and insulting the ordinary people out there. I don't remember that. But I think my advice I was giving is that whenever the citizens hear something about maybe there's conflict between Senator Goody and donor, people involved to take side and insult the other person, or maybe you come from on the donor side to insult Senator Goody, they now want to find a way that you can bring the both parties together. And I think that's the role the citizens of the country should be playing. Because we all are in politics, there will be disagreement, there will be misunderstanding, but I think you should be responsible indeed to make sure that you bring us together on the same table. That's the advice I was giving. But I don't think somebody I haven't been running to be a senator of the country, and this issue that we are discussing, I don't know, because when I listened to even my sister who called, he tried to sound like the information we're giving was false and misleading. But I think the information given to the public is to guide us as Liberians against violence as we move into the 2014 election, because it may not be people from Senator Johnson or United Party. It may be a good plan for CDC. We have many political parties in the country. It may be a good plan for CDC. Tomorrow, if we don't take the necessary precaution right now, we will drop it to a bigger one. So we are getting the information that so all the banks can be aware that this is what is happening, and we need to be responsible, because this is not only Nimba issue. The political election in Liberia is going to go across the country, because every country is going to have senatorial election. The other country should not, be going through violence as we go through election. So I think that's the information we are getting. And I'm getting on the account of what I saw, and the account of what is reported in my office, and what is even reported at the police station. So I don't think you were sitting in America to say that did not happen. And I'm not saying, because I'm not a court, I'm not a judge, I'm not saying somebody is guilty, but I'm saying this is the information, this is what happened in Ganta. That's the information I'm providing.
Okay. Well, I think the other side you quickly touched on, though, was that are you aware, for instance, that those you made indirect reference to earlier as people, routine on the list of all sort of thing, that he was trying to make the argument that those people are usually only responding to an attack, an insult, that had already been launched by some officials, elected officials of the county of Liberia. So are you aware of? I guess the question would be: do you read the full? Do you follow the full list of conversation to know who initiated what, or you just looked at various responses from the like of Tony Leeway, like you made reference to earlier? Do you follow to see whether they're initiating or they are responding?
What Dr. Fuma, I really decided not to be reading the lecture, because our thoughts were being established that all of us as Liberians could go there to learn from each other, to be able to exchange, to know what is happening with you guys, and also be able to know what is happening back home. I didn't take it to be a forum for insulting each other, to be fighting. Some of us are not interested in that. So I think I just read a little from few persons, and I decided to close it. I don't even remember when last I went, so I decided not to read anymore. Because, I don't see it as a process that is going to help. The country is just a same platform that is open that people are talking about. So I don't see any peace there.
I agree. It doesn't even matter who initiated, right? We should not just be insulting. All right. Let's leave that there. I'll take the next caller. 6542, 6542. Would you please tell us your name, where you're calling from, and your question? 6542.
Thank you. My name is Kalabo Gonglo. I want to thank the moderator for this forum, but I have two questions and a comment. Question number one, it's open. It's not really based on the process that just took place. I want to ask the city mayor for the record, because some people wrote, I believe Cecilia Hippie wrote on the list, sir, and alleged that the city mayor was in fact part of the land dispute in Nimba, and Senator Johnson was on the side of peace, and he was not giving him a chance. I want for the record for the city mayor, he lives in Ganta, I want for the record, let him explain to the Nimba people in the diaspora what has been Senator Johnson's role and what is his view. Where does he stand on the Nimba land dispute resolution? What is his official position that is known to Nimba people? My second question, I want Emmanuel for the record. I know the case is before.
Listen, Emmanuel is now with us. Emmanuel line drop. He has now returned. So Emmanuel is now on here. I'm trying to send test the person who initially contacted him to have him return. But Emmanuel is now with us at this moment.
All right. I hope Cecilia Hepe can recharge my number since she lied on this little boy that she has sent him money and he's coming. You know, and my comment, this is by way of comment, that this is part of the problem in the Nimba community. That people are one-sided and decide sometimes to lie with straight face. Look at how Cecilia just lied to us with straight face, that she was helping Imaya Morgan, and it turned out to be false. Imaya now said to us in this forum that it is between she and her God. So why? It's part of the problem. Why did she choose to lie in such a broad day with the person being on you know, it is dishonest at the highest level. I'm driving by home and I'm going to go on the left side and comment on that. Cecilia deserves an apology to the Nimba community for lying to us.
Thank you. Thank you. We're going to leave it there. All right, Mayor?
Yes.
So his question was mainly about the land dispute.
Let me take this thing here that before my becoming a mayor, I was one of those working with UN, and we did research in Nimba to find out what was responsible for the land conflict in Nimba. And from what we realized, because from the onset, the understanding had been that there was, there was tribal conflict in Nimba, and then we decided under the UN process to do a research in Nimba to find out what was responsible for our conflict. And I get to work successfully. I also work with the Inter-Religious Council of Liberia. I was one of those assigned in Nimba and working on peace and reconciliation of the country. And up to the time I worked, I got into government. I have been working diligently. I got appointed as mayor of Ganta. I instituted a lot of processes that have been able to complete the proliferation of landscape in the city. And it is process right that the former mayor and the city government was giving out a started, and there are a lot of measures that are taken, and today you can clearly see those who have been in Liberia in recent times can clearly tell you our own achievements in terms of solving the land cases in Ganta. So for anybody to say we have been a part of land conflict in Ganta and Senator Johnson have been serving, trying to solve problems, I think it's just another way to create a sound relationship between Senator Johnson and myself, so that when I say this, the other person is going to say, if you're on the line, say Senator Johnson did not do this. But I want to let you know that we are not prepared to be stirring tension or confusion in the country. We expect you guys up there to be able to bring about peace among all. So if you don't have anything meaningful to contribute, I think it's better to just continue doing your work than trying to orchestrate confusion in the country. Because there's nothing like that. There's no history that somebody can tell me, either that the call Senator Johnson to tell you yes, or there was a time I was trying to initially speak in Nimba and talk about when and stood in the middle of it. There's no history of such. I don't know where they're getting that information from.
Okay. All right. We will move on. Moving on. 0939. Would you please state your name, where you're calling from, and your question from Mayor Cooper? 0939.
Yes, this is Gwankwai Doma calling from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I have two questions for the city mayor.
Okay.
The first one is, he said that the Council of Elders and the officials of the county invited the Nimba Legislative Caucus members to go to Nimba to settle the dispute among them. But I didn't hear whether that dispute was settled or not. If it was not settled, why? My second question is not about this topic. I want to know what is the relationship between our brothers and sisters whose land were taken in Ganta during the war and those who occupy the buildings and the land. I know that government have instituted programs to settle that by means of payment. I know when cases go to court, people make judgments. Our people have their own traditional way of settling these things so that we can have lasting peace. What is the relationship between those whose houses and land were taken and those who took those lands and houses? When the payments are made to those people, are they completely satisfied to coexist with those people who occupy their buildings?
Okay. Mayor Cooper, 1 second before we take on those questions. I just got another overseas caller. I want to see who that is. Maybe it's Emmanuel who just returned. Hello, Emmanuel, is this you, 6892?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're back. Well, thank you. Thank you for being back. All right, stay with us. I got your line open. So, Mayor, go ahead. Go ahead with your response.
Yes, let me say a very big thank you to my brother, Mr. Doma. The peace process did not hold. Like, when I said it in my opening statement, I said my opinion at the police station was that the process was going to undermine the whole reconciliatory process because I was getting calls from some of the government because expressing fear that, look, Mr. Mayor, we come in your city and we're hearing that one group is people asking to go on the road and another group the same day. We don't want to face that. So most of them expressed fear and that's the next case and the group call on both Radio Nimba and Radio Kakima in Ganta they could not come because they didn't want to be caught up in a situation where people will attribute to them as they were so orchestrated riot in the city, so they didn't want to come. So they start the discussion, and so it was postponed. My understanding is that it's to restart in November, and we're hoping that this time around we will all as Liberians foster peace, forget about waiting for who, forget about demonstration, and then go to see that our lawmakers can again come together to work in the interest of the country. You talk about the land dispute in Ganta. The payment that was done quite recently, I think I was on the radio on the same forum explaining to those of you out there about what is happening in the country and in the country. The payment was done, but it's not everybody that received payment because there were some people from the onset who did not benefit at the time when the Presidential Commission was working in Nimba. Apparently, they didn't understand the process and decided to stay the way they thought. In fact, some landowners said, "Look, I'll put you here as a squatter and don't go to register." You know, they try those who are directly claiming the land. Sometimes 4 or 5 persons claiming one land. They decide to use the occupants as a shield so that they can protect them. So they advised them not to go to the court, the Presidential Commission, and they didn't go there at the time. So at the time the payment was going on, it was the time they decided to come to the court so that they can be part of it, and it was already late. So right now, as I speak to you, I think there was a meeting held on a week before last Saturday in Ganta, another one held yesterday by the very people coming together to say, look, we were omitted from the process and want to be a part of it. But unfortunately, the government does not have any funding now for that until, so I met with the president, I think a month ago, and tried to bring that to order, Madam President. There are a lot of people still in Ganta who are not being compensated. But they are still occupants of the particular land that are in conflict. So I think the government is trying to work around it, but it's not everyone that is satisfied because not everybody that got the benefit from the government.
Okay. All right, Mayor Cooper. Folks, it's interesting how many of you continue to log on. It's also unfortunate, though, that many of you are logging on at a time we only have about half hour left. We got no more than 30 minutes left in this program. We still do want to thank you and welcome you to the Liberian Diaspora Forum Weekly Talk Show. And be reminded that right after this, at 5:30, we have another show coming up with Vision for Liberia Transformation, VOS, a new political party. They want to talk about the upcoming convention in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania next weekend. And they also want to talk about their vision for Liberia and their strategy for taking over from the UP-led government in 2017. So we encourage you to stay with us. Now, Mayor Cooper, we're going to take some follow-up questions here. The follow-up callers are piling up, so I can't keep them any longer. Let's take a few follow-up questions, and hopefully that will take us to the end, if you will. I will start with 2694, Cecilia Hippie, 2494. Welcome back to the show. Your follow-up question, man.
Can you hear
Hello?
me?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay. Kalaibo just said something that I lie about this man. If you, the moderator on our phone right now, if this is not Emmanuel number 880-846892, if he's telling me our representative sent him money for him to go to the hospital, how did I get his number? So this man is not credible. He is getting money from the other side, getting money from us. We try to have peace in Nimba County. And that's the reason why we're giving the money for him to go to the hospital, because we do not want situation like this. Kalaibo is sitting over there. Wopia sent the money. The man received it yesterday. He's talking about God. He does not know God, because I will not come here and ruin my reputation talking to that little pissy little young kid.
Okay, all right, that's it. Once you start getting profanity start coming out, that's where we have to end it. But yeah, I appreciate your return comment. Unfortunately we do not condone profanity. So I apologize, Cecilia. I personally admire your style of politicking, but we'll have to leave it there. We'll take a another follow-up caller here, 0154. 0154. Would you please restate? I forgot what your name was. Would you state your name and your follow-up question for the mayor, please?
My name is William Dan. I want to give you some critical information.
Okay.
Mr. Imaya, one guy is not credible.
Okay.
He has contacted Senator Johnson to give him money to go to the hospital.
Okay.
And I told Senator Johnson not to get any money. Okay. He got into Whoopi, his uncle. Whoopi directed me to send money. I want the city mayor to take this number, the West Indian control number, and I want to verify that tomorrow with the West Indian Ganta if I don't send it going to him. Mr. Cooper, are you ready to take this number?
You said which number?
The money is sent to Imaya Johnson in Ganta. He received money yesterday. I want to give information so that you can go to West Indian and confront this.
Okay, let me just, because I don't have pen and paper, I'm outdoors. Yeah, but just go ahead.
Okay. He told Whoopi, his Whoopi nephew.
Please tell me. Let me tell him my paper pen again.
And he told us that you, D.Door Cooper, someone from Ideboro camp and Tiawan press boy in Ganta are pressurizing him to make some derogatory statement against the senator. He wants to get out of town. He told that he was not going to come on the teleconference because he don't want to any negative against the senator. We say he's going to go to the hospital because Whoopi said that his nephew. And he told that the police put him in jail after he was attacked for the fact that he told that they want to bribe him. So this really is not credible at all. Okay. He has taken money from us. So there is the control number. You ready?
What the control number already? What is it?
It's 549 801 0072.
0072. This is Money Ground Western Union.
It's a Western Union.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the information.
You want all the information, or that's all you want?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to check into this. This is, I'm just going to pass the number on to the mayor. But
for the mayor to know that this gentleman is not credible, he said that we didn't send any money and that his God is witness. So I want to make sure that he go to West Indian and make sure that this guy receive money from us.
Okay. The mayor, once the mayor got a control number, I think he knows his full name. That would be easier to track if he decides to.
You say what is the control number?
He said the control number is 549-801.
Mr. Moderator, can you give me a chance? I'm on the floor. I got time. Can you give me a chance, please?
You don't have time. That's the problem. I got another show coming up. You keep repeating the same thing. Yeah. Go ahead. Your line is open.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Morgan,
Morgan, hold on, Morgan. I'll come to you. I'll come to you next. Let this caller complete this call. Go ahead, sir.
549.
Yeah,
801
801
0072
007
72
Yeah.
For $50.
72.
Yes.
72.
For $50.
How much?
$50.
Yeah.
Okay.
50.
And we're trying to send some more money tomorrow, but I don't think we'll get any money anymore. And the sender is William Don.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want a test
William
question?
Don.
You want a test question?
Okay.
No,
All right.
You say what? You say what's in here or
What's in your? That's correct. What's in here?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Mr. Emmanuel, do you care to comment on that? Did you receive money from as it's been alleged, right now? So go ahead. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you yourself over there, you are not even convinced because once they call for it, they put money together and give it to me, receive it from them. You think those who live in the state will put money together and be $50 US. I received $50 US from Benzel Wopiers, my uncle. He sent money. He sent $50. But it was not because of Senator Johnson people beat on me. He told me that he heard the news. He was sympathy with me. This is why he sent the $50 for me to take treatment. But if the people can say they go together and send money for me, you go together and send money for me in Africa, it should be $50.
Okay. Well, he also alleged that the last call also alleged that you said that he didn't want to come on this show because he didn't want to make any negative comment against Senator Johnson, and that you were being forced, for lack of a better word, by people like Mayor Cooper and other people to take the position that you are currently taking in order to make Senator Johnson look bad. Do you care to comment on that?
No, first. But it is true. It's been so that it was robbing me with the $50. This is what he's trying to say. They don't have to so.
So I guess my final question to you on this particular question here would be, so you are now being forced, by Mayor Cooper and other people, donors, they are now trying to tell you that you have to take the position you are taking because they want Senator Johnson to look bad. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
You see, this is my own life speaking on my life. I don't know why you called somebody forcing me to come online or somebody on background forcing me. No. This is why I make them to understand that no, it's misleading.
Okay. All right. Stay here. Let's see if we got another question coming your way. We got probably 22 minutes left.
I'd like to just add a little if I'm permitted to do that.
Yeah, by all means. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I think I'd like to thank the brother who just called. Those are the names that's what I was cautioning today, that if you hear anything, it's me for you to ask. I think with the information you gave me, you just listen to the manner side of it. This thing has been going on for the past week now, and Councillor Yami Kwete, they say, volunteer his legal services to Emmanuel Wonge. Right now, I speak to you the case. And so, I didn't come here. I can't call anybody to say go on the land to go say something. Besides the show we on tonight, both Emmanuel Walker and all the people have been on all the radio stations in Ganta and even Mobile. So it's not any secret anymore.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's take a new caller here, and then we'll take another follow-up caller. 2010. The year 2010. That's a nice last four digit number. Would you please tell us your name, where you're calling from, and your question from Mayor Cooper 2010?
Okay. All right. My name is Newton Sam. I'm calling from Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I want to make a few comments before I ask my question.
Please, we don't have much time here.
Yeah, okay, I'll be brief. My comment is Emmanuel has earlier said today that we should respect his right. His lawyer told him not to make comment on this case, and he went as far as giving us a brief information that could help us. If we continue to ask him questions, it will either be in his interest or in the interest of another party. So I think we should respect that right and let him alone from asking this question. Now, my question is to the mayor. Mayor, you are the eye of the city of Ganta. Let me just say Nimba County is central Nimba in the city of Ganta. From all indications, we in the state we are not in Nimba, we are not in Liberia. We hear from people most of the time, and we act on what we hear from our personal perspective. But I want to know if there is anything on the ground in Nimba that shows any kind of disunity among the people of Nimba. I'm not talking about those in leadership, but the actual citizens of Nimba, especially but in central Nimba where you reside. Is there anything that you want to let us know? Because my question is based on the fact that we here in America, it seems to be that our discussion here is causing more problem for our people in Nimba. And this is what bringing us some of these things, as we can even see, as you can even see in the reaction of us on the list right now here. So that's my question. Is there anything that you see on the ground that shows disunity among the people of Nimba County? Okay.
Mayor Cooper just dropped like in the last second. I'm sure you heard your caution though. He'll be back here quickly, and I'll keep you in the queue.
Yeah. Okay. Then let me.
Okay. All right. Mayor Cooper.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So no, the line didn't drop. They just mute. So did you hear the question?
Yes, I got a question. I'd like to say thank you so much to my brother. I'd like to say thank you so much to my brother for his comment and question. Basically, there is no conflict or anything that I see as disunity among our people. What is happening right now is we are at the level of leadership. Sometimes there is political problem. Right now in the caucus, there is leadership problem. There is disagreement, political disagreement with each other. And our people of the country sometimes invite people to come together and reconcile, political actors. And that has been the way that we've been going. But I think, again, let me say a big change with my brother for recognizing the fact that you are there trying to sow this unity in the country more than trying to help resolve what is happening in the country. Right now, we're listening to some of the callers, and they are not thinking about the country, they are thinking about individuals. And they're thinking that maybe you are my supporter, you must support me. I think the most important thing we can do is to try to unify us as leaders of the country. If we are not working well, there's nothing much that you expect to happen in the country. Right now, the country is in conflict. That's achieving any tangible thing. We have to go for country lead. We are yet to have our team structure for the country lead. There are a lot of things that Nimba is missing right now in the result of the conflict that going on. And you are not interested to know what is happening in the country, but rather choose to support people and make divisive statements. You sit over there and call, you blast all the people you like, all kinds of things on the internet. They have been following that. And so far as my knowledge is concerned, there's nothing that division among our people. And you know that we, the politicians, we can divide our people. When political things people stay here, people go for politicians that they support. I don't make that division, but only us at the level of government, sometimes we can have our own misunderstanding, and I think that you have to play the role to unify us.
Okay. All right. What was the other part of his question, which made reference to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, please know that you do not have to answer the questions if you don't want to, especially if you feel that that it could jeopardize your legal, issue in Liberia. So it's always your right to say, I don't want to comment on that. So just know that. Folks, I don't want to take any more questions. I got a lot here. I'm not even sure if I can take all these follow-up callers and new callers before the end of my fresh show for the night. So I'll take 0227, 0227, 0227. Ellie Cooper, would you please tell us where you're calling from? Your question for the mayor. Ellie Cooper.
Yes, thank you, moderator. My name is Ellen Cooper. I'm calling from North Carolina. Mr. Moderator, thank you. My only problem with you is that you refer to the Senator Johnson as Prince Johnson.
I apologize. I know as many times I've said the senior senator, Honorable Prince Johnson, so maybe it was just one of the times, but But then again, Prince Johnson is his name. If I forgot one time to add the senator or honorable to it, I don't think that should be an offense, should it?
Okay, thank you. My question is to Emmanuel. I'm sorry to hear that you were attacked, but my question is, I find it ironic that you were the only one coming forward to claim of being attacked. How many other people who are known supporters of the senator that were also attacked that you know of?
Okay. Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Cooper. Emmanuel?
Yeah, hearing you.
Yeah, did you hear that question though?
No, I don't. I told you from the earlier stage today that I will not go into this. No,
he's not talking about you going into details of what happened to you. The question is, do you know of any other person, particularly supporters of Prince Johnson, that were attacked? Why are you the only one coming up on the show to talk about how you were attacked? Do you know of somebody else who was attacked from Prince Johnson's side, and why are they not coming forward? Why just you?
No, nothing like that.
Nothing like what? You don't know anybody else who was attacked?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to get out of here. I got another show coming up. So I'll take Tony Leeway here, another follow-up caller. Mr. Leeway, Minnesota, welcome back to the show. Your follow-up question quickly.
Thank you very much. I want to also thank Mayor Cooper and the rest of the panelists for eloquently describing issues that is obtaining in Nimba. I think Mr. Sam posted a very good question, and the answer is what we expected. Hopefully, we will move forward. Let me caution Nimbarians that we are at a crossroad. I think this is the time we all should hold together. Although Mayor Cooper thinks that the like of Tony Lee will write against Donna and so forth, I think it is two-way. If you call yourself honorable, you should be respectful of those who you consider your fourth estate constituent. And we have not been given that respect by Mr. Donna and Yonkwe. It has been apparent that their insults rain on us have to be responded to adequately. I wrote a prelude that I intended to write a full comment on Donna. I have not done that because of abuse from many quarters of our community. Well, let me urge all of us. Nimba County is the second largest county politically and numerically. We have the political ability to change direction of our future leadership. We continue at this trend where we are at one another's throat. I think we're not going to go anywhere. We should not allow other people to define our agenda. We should be able to hold together so that other people can join us. It is a disgrace that we will have people in legislative leadership who are also being used by other people because of political interest and selfish gains. I think this is dangerous for us and for our future cohesiveness. The other issue that I want to touch on briefly is the memorandum of understanding or some contract between Mitas TU and Nimba County / Liberia. I think these are some of the issues that the people, the lawmakers, should be focusing on with the involvement of Mayor Cooper and the Nimba legislative, Nimba leadership, and of course the issue of the Lamco scrap that has been estimated at $30 million several months ago. But now the legislative leadership are telling Nimba people in the diaspora that, oh, in fact, the scrap is only worth $5 million because of some interest. I think my concern is that if we all are not part of these conversations and come on the table to be a part of the solution, I think we'll be missing out when 2017 gets here. I will urge all of us to work together. Mayor Cooper to take the lead along with the county leadership from the superintendent down to try to reconcile our people. It is unfortunate that the call made by those of you who were attempting to reconcile our people, some of the legislative leadership did not come to the meeting, and so it was canceled and postponed to another date. I hope that all of them will come, and you people will be persuasive enough to let them know that Nimba should be first, and the personal interest of these individuals should be second. You cannot become honorable if you don't have a constituent. So I just want to urge all of us to work together and prepare ourselves for 2017 instead of going at one another's throat. And to the brother, I am sorry for what happened to you, but you should not allow yourself to be used. You have a future, and do not allow yourself to be used by anybody for political gain. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mayor Cooper, do you care to comment on that or just keep?
Yes, let me again say thank you to Mr. Williams for recognizing the fact that Nimba has to move forward and we have to put aside our differences. And like I said, I've chosen not to. I've been reading on the website and seeing all the stuff people are reading. In fact, the one Mr. Gongo was making reference to, I saw it myself and I decided not to comment. And there are a lot of things that I've been seeing. But I think that we cannot allow ourselves, political situation. If you are in Liberia right now to put the election and you are living in Nimba, you might join a camp. I don't know, you may go to a politician to support. It doesn't mean you hate the others. If you go to Joe Brown to support Joe Brown, it doesn't mean you hate the others. So that's a political right. That's a constitutional right that all of us have to exercise. So when in a election time, people will have to join each other. They will have to join political parties of the choice and to foster the agenda of that political party. It doesn't mean that you hate the others. I know that the concentration of people is once you don't support a particular person, then you are enemy to that person. That's not the case. And I think that the expectation, like I said today, from people in Nimba and you guys up there are. But I think you try to undermine your own respect and dignity by, joining into the conflict that is around us here as local leaders of the country and we are in conflict. I think your word alone for up there is able to do a lot. You talk about the task scale. I have been advocating. Last month I was on the radio. Some people say, you don't have to be in government. I was saying, look, what Mika is doing is quite wrong. If the government cannot do that, for me, I prepare to be the best, but I would like to see the right thing done for our people. And I won't record for that. So there's no way that we'll compromise the interest of our people for anything. So we are prepared to defend our people. We are prepared to make sure that Nimba reigns above the other counties because we know that, we believe and know that wherever goes Nimba, so goes the rest of the Republic of Liberia. But we will only do that if we all know our own value and respect as a people, and if we all can work together. So right now, we and Doro is part of it's not a name country. It's right now, it's petitioning the national legislature to go to welfare. If you are trying to break away from the country, simply because they are not feeding the impact of the government. What was given to Nimba County by national government is so new. You divide the national resources of the country equally as the country, regardless of the size of the population. So the money given to Nimba can never impact the country. So we see people are living, there are a lot of communities of Nimba that are virtually living down there. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing to locate our call? But instead, you try to support us against each other, which is totally wrong. So I think you have to take the first step.
Okay.
You have to take the first step. It's up.
Okay. But he challenged you to take a lead in that effort. And I think, as you suggested earlier, it'd probably be a good idea if you exchange, some of you people exchange phone numbers and talk some of these things at the local level before throwing it up on the internet. But thank you. Change your plan, Mayor. I'm going to start taking 2 for 1. I'll take 2 follow-up callers before you answer them, just so we can accommodate these people, because I'm really tight on time. I got another show coming up here, like I said. So I'll take 2 questions, the 2 follow-up callers. Then you can comment on 2. There are 2 comments afterward. So callers, please keep it brief. We are tight on time. 5619-5613. Would you please state your name again and follow-up question? 5613.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. This is Dr. Lama Walker again from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I have a brief commentary as well as question to the Honorable Lord Mayor. The first question to the Lord Mayor before my brief commentary is, the Lord Mayor, unequivocally stated, and I hope, I'm quoting him directly, that politics, is a dirty thing. Consequently, people in politics in Liberia have to have, vested interests that they vigorously pursue. Now, given that, what, has he done? What has the Honorable Lord Mayor done to reconcile, the, fragmentation, that has, permeated, between Senator Johnson and the Nimba Legislative Caucus? And I'm saying this because I was one of the privileged, elders, very recently, on August 28th, to have participated in an attempt to reconcile the fundamental differences that has existed and continue to exist between the senator, and the Nimba Legislative Caucus, based upon, the very problematical metal steel, fiasco, issue. Because the metal, the LAMCO metal scrap, issue, I think that's one of the problems that has, evolved, in a caucus where it is believed that some members of the caucus are pursuing their own parochialized interests at the expense of the indigenous majority Nimba citizens. And the senator is vehemently, against that. That has been one of the problems, which I'm aware, as an elder Nimba country who participated in it. So what is the Lord Mayor doing, in a unique position as one of the leaders of Nimba County to reconcile that? That's one. I'm coming.
No, we'll just take one. We'll just take one at a time. We'll just take that one. Mayor, can you comment on that, please? I'm out of time.
Yes, I think I said initially that the idea of breaking the lawmakers commitment was part of our own, suggestion for the superintendent. If you were to get a superintendent in the 10 years, and so all of us have been working on far to ensure that our lawmakers can return to the country for us to see what is happening. Because the issue of even the military, the stuff we're talking about, there have been, allegation and counter-allegation. The papers working from Senator Johnson. He alleged that two of the lawmakers are trying to get a kickback of $5 million. The lawmakers came out, and the rest of the lawmakers came out, it was false and misleading. They also got a document and displayed in the public that it was written by Senator Johnson on that. They found there's a document that is all looking and distributed all over the country that this document Senator Johnson are taking over 200,000 from certain group or certain individual. So there are a lot of conflicts that have been going on. How we are going to make sure that we can bring the two parties together in the country, because Moldova is not like this. Moldova is Canada County. So our whole idea was to bring them to the country where all of us can sit down and like our forefathers used to do under the cola tree or under the parawa, that we can all resolve the matter. And that's the idea. That's the best reason why when these two groups decided at the time to fight about going to wait for Senator Johnson, another group saying we're going to put a placard out with another. Let's put Nimba first. Can we abandon our interest and let's put Nimba first? Because I believe that all the dancing we did here last week, what did we achieve? The corporation disagree. My question is Senator Johnson, Senator Cooper is on the way out of the country. And so they're pushing the schedule to November. So it means in the interim, there's nothing tangible we're going to achieve as a country. But is this a concern to all of us? Are we concerned about that? So I think what people are concerned about mostly is individuals, and we're not thinking about the country.
All right. So we'll go to the two callers. I mean, that question was a loaded one, so I just decided to give you a chance to address that one separately. 5764, 5764. Your name and your follow-up question for the mayor quickly. 5764.
Thank you very much, moderator. You've been doing a wonderful job.
Thank you. Mr.
Moderator, I am giving this. There's not much time to ask questions anymore.
Okay.
I am going to advise the young man, and the reason I'm advising, I would like for you to please send me a copy of this transcript, or if there's any way I can get a copy of this transcript on this conference today. And secondly, I want to advise Wongen that I want to tell him that I'm very sorry that he got hurt. From what I'm hearing right now, I want to advise him that if he's doing these things, he's taking a dangerous role, because we will send statement by the kid to Liberia because he's denying what Mr. Don and Ms. Hippie said. We will also send statements to the courts or to the police department where he is playing between two brothers, asking for money from the other side, asking for money from the other side. So as a result, I would like to advise him to be very cautious, because this could have been one of the reasons why he got hurt. Now, this is just my opinion. I am not stating this as a fact. Was he trying to play between two brothers? That is Senator Johnson and Representative Donna, because this kid has been talking a lot. And these talks, these reports can be sent to Liberia. And this is to Mayor D.Door Cooper, His Excellency. Mayor, I ask you to talk to this kid. I ask you to really talk to him, because it is very, very unthinkable to see that people did not beat anybody else but Wongen.
Okay.
Wongen was going to the bush and he saw some people on the fence and he went to talk and they grabbed him and beat him. I am sorry, Wongen, that you were beaten, but I'm asking you to be very careful. People can get seriously hurt if you let people use you, like Mr. Tony Lewy just said. Do not let these lawmakers use you. Wongen has also said that people were behind him to go.
Okay.
The radio station, he made those statements, and he had to be
out of time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. And as far as getting a copy, almost all of our important shows are on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, put in Liberian Diaspora Forum. So would this show be. Give me 2 days. If you go on YouTube, the audio will be there. You can listen to it on the Liberian Diaspora Forum. Let me take a new caller, and then because I don't think I can take all these follow-up callers anyway. 5500-5500. Probably my last new caller for the night, at least for this fresh show. 5500. Your name, where you calling from, and your question for Mayor Cooper.
This is Jabate from New York, and board member of UNICO. We are concerned about what happened in Nimba, and the way your show has been going on, it has been fair enough. Will you try to call Senator Johnson back on, because I think the citizen of Nimba would like to hear his side of the story, and his representatives were on, his supporters were on. I think it would be nice if you can invite him over. That's all the comment I have. We would like to hear from him.
Thank you. I think to do so, since you are a board member of UNICO, I think I'll need the help of UNICO to do that. I have spoken with Senator Johnson. Let me tell you, before I even went to Liberia earlier this year, I was trying to invite Senator Johnson. I spoke with him at least 21 times then. I counted it. my long distance bill comes with a number of times. He declined the invitation. When I went to Liberia, I met him in person at the Ellen Johnson Salif New Year party. I took photo with him, and I thought I introduced myself to him. He told me to call him when I come, and once I got back, I called him and declined. Since this incident, I've called him 7 times. He continued to decline. So, in order to get Senator Johnson online, I think I'm going to need some help from the UNICO, since you sit on that board or other Nimbanians on here. I'd be more than happy. It'd be an honor to have him online, but I have tried and failed, for the record. 8106, your name, where you calling from, and your question quickly for Mayor Cooper. We are really tight on time.
Mr. Moderator, thank you so much. I'll wait for the last call.
Okay.
All right. It's just a short 2 questions, and I'm going to finish with
can you just keep it one? Just do one so we can.
Okay, I'll take one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Actually, there was nothing concerning about land issue in Nimba County, but I'd like to bring it out.
Okay.
A question to the mayor. If the mayor last name is Cooper and you're one of the born citizens of Nimba County, then of course he should be coming from the Billy Cooper family, Rabbi the Kroma family, not too far from Guinea Highway. I believe that the Cooper family, they are residing, they are blessed, they're okay, and nobody took their property. Now, the other time we heard that the president's son went to Nimba County, especially in Ganta, to our area, our land, decided to give it to the marketeer, some group of women that supported the president. And right away, Senator Johnson heard the news, and Honorable Jeremiah Kuhn, they ran straight to stop him to give our land to the marketeer. During that time, I want to find out from the mayor. During that time, what did he do if actually that incident occurred? What did he do? Number 2, what
I thought you said we're going to do one. I thought you agree on me, yeah.
What did he do to help the Nimba Madingo and the other trial in the manor to get that land back during the time when they went there to take our land to give it to the marketeer? What was the reaction at that time?
Thank you.
And one more.
Yeah, let's do the second one. No, one more. Thank you. I apologize. Mayor, you want to comment on that, or you want help me to take another one? Yeah.
Yes, just for clarification, let me make you understand that my Cooper is not related to the D.Door Cooper family that you made reference to. I'm not related to the Cooper family or the D.Door Cooper family. But to let you know, apparently we haven't been following the events in our country. Since 2010, July 26, the president of Liberia exercised eminent domain over the marketplace. The market women have been transferred. Currently, as I speak to you, there's a market being constructed by the president, and it's somewhere around the government community. So the market women are now getting to understand that by next year they will be transferring from where they are to come on this side of Ganta. So they are not going to be in that market. So there's no way that somebody can say the president talking to Ganta and try to take a land to build the market women. That information is not true. But the current market that the women are using, if that's the place you're making reference to, the government exercised eminent domain over that particular part of land since 2010. And that land was going to be used for the common good of the general public. So apparently the government are not being able to identify owner, or the government wanted to use it for things that are going to impact the general community. So that's the reason. And so for anybody to say the president talking and try to take a land and the Johnson giving that information is false and misleading. The president's son on the Valley Salih, the deputy minister of interior says, keep the Nimba County to do settlement or to give compensation to those who needed to get compensation for the work of the presidential commission. So they didn't come to take land to give another person or to take land and give a group of people. That information is false and misleading. So I hope that you can call Senator Johnson or Honorable Jeremiah Kuhn to find out where that information is coming from. But as far as my knowledge is concerned, there's no information of sort in Ganta.
Okay. All right, thank you. Folks, please, let's keep it brief. I mean, I'm really tired of time. Guys, second show coming up in just 20 minutes. I'll take a new caller. This is Professor Daniel Mann, I believe. If I'm correct, Professor, would you please state where you're calling from and your question quickly for Mayor Cooper?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daniel Mann. I joined the literature a little late. I just want to welcome the mayor for being on the program. What I want to know from him was
where are you calling from? Where are you calling from, sir? Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Maryland.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm calling from Maryland, USA. What I want to know is whether I did not hear. I was not on the. I'm en route to my home base, so I did not hear the speaker, the Wangan young man. I want to find out from him whether whatever happened, does he think Johnson was aware or it was a planned action? If so, why?
Okay. All right. Emmanuel?
Yeah?
Emmanuel, are you here? Oh, this is slow.
Yes, I think I don't know what he's saying as to whether what happened was sanctioned by Senator Johnson, or if so, what is it a question?
What's that?
Is he asking as to whether what happened to Emmanuel was sanctioned by Senator Johnson? Is that a question?
Yeah, well, the question is what happened to let me see here. What happened to Emmanuel? Whether Emmanuel reasonably believed that was authorized or sanctioned by Senator Johnson. Yeah, something like that. Here, hold on.
What?
Hold on, Mayor. Hold on, Mayor. Mr. Mann, Daniel Mann, that was your question, right?
I'm back. My question is, and maybe the mayor can. Hello.
Yeah, hello. We don't have Emmanuel anymore.
The mayor can answer this, but I also want to hear from the Mr. Wangan himself.
No, Wangan has left us. Wangan has left us for the night.
Yeah, whether did he believe that Johnson was part of the plan to have him beaten, or whatever happened was on the spur of the moment type of situation, because sometimes in political events people have wrong high temperature when it comes to issues. If he believes that Johnson was aware, can he establish that basis? Both the mayor and the young man.
I told you the young man is no longer with us. He's left the line. So, Mayor, if you want to comment on it, that's fine. But Emmanuel Walker has left us, so he's no longer online. So he wouldn't be able to comment on it. Mayor, do you care to comment on that? Do any of you believe that what happened to Emmanuel Walker was authorized, sanctioned, in any way by Senator Johnson?
Well, it's difficult to say because, like I said, I'm not a judge. I only investigated the party to find out. Senator Johnson and I before me, but he and I have been talking on the phone, like I said today, and he indicated to me that, even the Emmanuel man in question is related to him. He has been calling him and talking with him and trying to even see how he can be treated, and that's the way it's been going. I don't know as to whether that was sanctioned by him, but I was just saying that we're getting the information so that all of us can be careful on it, because if we don't take precaution, we may go back to where we're coming from, because this is just the beginning of the political, campaign. We haven't entered the political season yet. And I just reported to you that Emmanuel's case was not the only one. Along the Ganta City border, there was another fight that basically ensued between one Jerry P. Jerry and one Louis Dan. And looking from both sides to support the other side, and there was another conflict that happened.
Okay, the mayor line just dropped, so the mayor line just went off. I'm looking at that here. So, and I think as much as I like the mayor to come back and close the show, but given my shortness of time here, because I got another show coming up right after this, Unless the mayor returns within a minute or two, I think I'll just call it a night for this one, unfortunately, and get ready for the next one that's coming up right away. So, yeah, folks, the mayor line just went off. And it's not so hectic that we didn't even have chance for breaks. So, how about a little music while the mayor?
Liberia! Ha! It's your day! It's time to party! This is real fight! Doing it for y'all! I am proud to be a Liberian, and I don't care what anybody go say. I will jump and sing and shout hooray, 'cause today is our Independence Day. Liberia, oh our day. Liberia, we are free. Liberia, number one. Liberia, Liberia, our day. Liberia, we are free. 'Cause today is our day. Liberia now my country, now my motherland, land I be where them bomb me. That's why I started the hustling. So if you don't know me, don't judge me. We don't want gunshot, we don't want po-po. All we want is equal rights and peace to make our dough. Hey, yeah, Liberate you and me, liberate me and you. Let's live in harmony and peace who prevail. Do what is right and good and take our children back to school. Hard work and determination and we will fail. Economically, strategically, physically, we can make a difference automatically. Let's live in unity, all for one and one for all. I am proud to be a Liberian, and I don't care what anybody go say. I will jump and sing and shout hooray, 'cause today is our Independence Day. Liberia, oh our day. Liberia, we are free. Liberia, number one. Liberia, Liberia. Capable of doing wrong. All we have to do is join hands and sing this song. We are free, Liberia, we are free. Forever we are free. One time when we are, oh man, baby, and if you get nara, fire to my pa, remember, Bombaga, Liberia, are you ready? Bombaga, people, are you ready? Defendants, they jump and shout hooray. School place where for I am proud to be a Liberian.
The mayor is not back yet, and I'm afraid we'll probably have to leave it here because I keep saying I got another show coming in 10 minutes now, and I need to end this one entirely so I don't double up recording. It will be hard to upload it on YouTube that way. So I'm just waiting another 60 seconds. If he does not return, then we'll have to call it a show for
and I don't care what anybody will say. I will jump and sing and shout hooray, 'cause today is our Independence Day. Liberia, oh our day. Liberia, we are free. Liberia, number one. Liberia, Liberia. Your day. It's time to party. You know, it's time to shake that stress off. Forget about the past. It's dead and gone. Now sing with me. Let's go. Say whoa, whoa, say whoa, whoa, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, when I say free, you.
All right, folks. I think that's a long break, a good break, if you will. And unfortunately, the mayor line dropped, and he has now returned. And due to time factor, I don't intend to wait any longer than we have. It's been a great show. There's still so many of you on here. But I think that's going to do it for this particular show. We are going to end the show here, and then we will log off and come back on to begin our new show, the second show for the day, with Vision for Liberia's Transformation. That will be coming on next, and then after that we got the last one for the night. So I want to thank all of you as usual for being here. It was my pleasure to be a moderator. We encourage you to stay with us for the rest of the night. We got 2 more shows coming up, believe it or not. But yeah, Mayor Cooper line is off, and he hasn't made a return, so we'll call it a night. So that does it for this show. Once again, thank you.